Really proud of the performance of the players, and really proud that even when the game was in the pocket, we still keep on going for the fifth one and the sixth one. And the attitude of the substitution players, those are the kind of things that make me really proud. Uh, Also knowing that a big supporter of DC United passed away, I think this is a good way of reminding him. So it was an emotional afternoon, and I'm just so happy with the for the group. And when I say group, is it's also all the names that maybe are working very hard. Not maybe, that for sure are working very hard behind scenes, and those are everyone involved in the medical staff who made big efforts to prepare players who were coming from far. It's the media team, it's everyone involved in the technical staff, my assistants, and everyone in this club is really willing to write history, to start a new chapter in this beautiful club, and that's why I'm so proud, really. So once again, congrats to the
Recording in progress.
congrats to all the players, and very happy to have such a performance playing at home at Audi Field with so many fans. Go ahead, Sif.
Okay, thanks, Fernand. Obviously, you never expect to score 7 goals. I'm sure you like to score as many as possible, of course. But in those early moments, to score 3 goals very quickly, what did you see from the team, from the coordination, from the attack that led you to that point?
Well, I saw what we asked for and what we trained for, and that was to play dominant soccer from the very first second. Every home game, I know on the road is kind of difficult. It's not the same, especially in this league. But every home game, we want to start this way. We want to be dominant. We want to be the team dictating the speed of the game. And of course, when you score so quickly, not only one, not only two, but 3 goals, especially after those performances a couple of weeks ago where we create so much but we couldn't score. Yeah, it's a relief. It's like a lot of weight goes out of his shoulders, and the forwards start to get confidence, and the whole team start to get confidence. And even though with the 3-0, I always strive for perfection, and I push my players to the limits. And with the 3-0, we make a mistake, and we go to the halftime with the 3-1, giving them a little bit of hope. And well, that's also something to correct, and that's why my speech during the halftime was, guys, no mistakes, take it seriously, don't start to be arrogant, don't start to do things that you never did before, and go for the fourth one. And when you score the fourth one, you go for the fifth one, because that's the way we want to play, and that's we need to do that every home game and every time you have the opportunity, especially when you're coming from games where it was so hard for us to score. And today is the day, then let's go for it. And when you see the attitude of the substitution players who are willing to prove something, willing to take profit of every minute they get, well, it makes me happy to think that we are a group of 20, 22, 23 players who are willing to do whatever it takes to hold the points at home. And that's the strongest part of this team, the togetherness. And no matter how many minutes I get, I'm going to do my best.
Jason, you can go ahead next.
Hi, Hernan. Congrats. Obviously, a very big day for you and for the team. I was curious to ask about, I know you've said not to ask too many about individual performances, but Andy Nahar seemed to have a lot of success both as part of the back three and then playing in the front three later in the game. How far has he come along since he came in early in the season? You had to build him up physically, obviously.
The progress that Andy has made is impressive. Nicolas Frutos and me, we know him very well from Belgium, from Anderlecht. Nico was working together with him in Anderlecht, and to be honest, nobody believed in him. Absolutely no one. No club, no people in this world believed in him, and DC United gave him an opportunity. We went very slowly, step by step, to the point that he didn't play any single friendly game during preseason, and we were working and building up, and that's why we are so happy with the progress and the way he's playing right now. But knowing that still not enough. He needs to keep on working. He needs to keep on taking care of his body. He was close to stop with football. I mean, he has been 3-4 years dealing with a lot of injuries, and that's why I'm so happy for him. So happy for him because he has so much talent, and the only thing he needed was staff and a club who give him a second chance, who support him in this difficult moment. And well, you see the results after 11, 12 games. That's it, guys.
Hernán, felicitaciones por la victoria hoy. Quiero preguntar, ya que después de este partido va a haber un paro de unas 2 semanas por la Copa de Oro y va a haber un torneo internacional que van a jugar durante ese periodo de paro. ¿Cómo pretendes usar ese tiempo para ver más jugadores que no han tenido muchos minutos en esos partidos amistosos?
Mira, los partidos amistosos serán utilizados, como usted bien dice, para darle minutos a los chicos que no jugaron tanto, para también analizar y ver ciertos chicos de Loudoun United, y algunos chicos recibirán descanso, sabiendo que luego de este break viene otro momento de partidos muy seguidos, así que varios chicos no van a jugar ninguno de los 3 partidos y utilizaremos estos partidos para darle oportunidades a aquellos que jugaron menos, pero también siendo muy precavidos, sabiendo que el jugador también necesita descanso, que descansar también es parte del entrenamiento, y lo más importante es tener a todos disponibles para el próximo partido contra Filadelfia, sabiendo que perderemos también a Paul y a Donovan por 3 o 4 semanas, y que hay algunos chicos regresando de lesiones, como Steven, como Edison Flores, como Drew Scandridge, como Chris Odoi. Así que les daremos también minutos a ellos y utilizaremos estos partidos para esas cosas. La prioridad será el descanso y que todo el mundo dentro del equipo llegue de la mejor manera posible al próximo enfrentamiento, que es Philadelphia Union.
And then one last question for Hernan. Sarah, go ahead.
Good evening, Coach. Congratulations on a great match. I know in the past you've mentioned that there have been some challenges with kind of rushing in front of goal in the final third, maybe not taking an extra touch where it was needed. And tonight everything just seemed to click. So what was it that brought such a confident performance that we saw on the field tonight?
A lot of training, a lot of individual meetings, showing clips to the players, showing everything what they have been done the last weeks, all the positives. Always focus on the positive. I'm a very positive coach who likes to give trust and confidence in difficult moments. It's very easy to give trust and confidence when everything is going well, but you need to support them when it's going less good. And obviously now with 7 goals, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know how many times DC United scored 7 goals in his history. Never. First time ever for DC United to score 7 goals, and I'm very happy to be part of that. So after 12 games, we already write a little bit of history. After 12 games, we already have 5 victories, the same amount of victories that this team had in 2020. A lot of positives, and we're gonna keep on pushing and talking on the positives, because that's the best way to correct the things that are going less well or less good, and positive vibe and positive energy. I believe a lot on that, so stay together when it's not going the way we would like to go, and you see the result today. So unbelievable happy, and 2-3 days now. So let's have some fun. Let's enjoy this moment, and on Tuesday we start again.